Good morning. Coming at you from a cornfield again. We're up by our 360 rain machine. It threw an error over the weekend and I haven't been able to get up here to fix it. So we're going to go see if we can't get this thing fired back up. It's about time to shut her down for the season, but we're not quite there yet. So as the machine was making its turn on the ends here the other day, it threw a hose angle error. We do have some ruts with some water in them. Ugh. I don't know what happened exactly, but it's trying to turn and go that way. And it started, but then the hose got off back here, so we gotta fix it. Get our engine started up here. I think what happened was it started to make this turn and this is pushing over. I think we just need to help it push that hose over a little bit. That's probably enough right there, and let it get straightened out, and then it should be good. There we go. Now it's going. We got water? Yeah, we got water. I just kind of had to help it push it around a little bit. Okay. Oh, I should close that cover. All right, well, we'll let this run for a little bit. I'm gonna walk out here just a little bit because I want to see where we're at on the corn growth stage wise. I think we're in the 112 day here. I'm trying to irrigate until we get to roughly 50% or 50% milk line. Maybe, I don't know if it's 3/4 or half or quarter, whichever way you want to look at it. Almost to black layer. I don't know if we're there yet, but we got to be getting close. My idea was just to kind of finish this pass. It needs probably 2 days to finish this pass, and then if we still need a little bit, we could run until the muddy there. Run until we get the sandy part of the field again. I don't know. We'll see. These ears are drying up here, though. We got to be getting close. What's it look like? We're still nice green plants. Starting to fire a little on the bottom. Not terrible. Very healthy. We're in a spot where we sprayed it twice with fungicides, so I'm happy to see that we don't see a bunch of tar spot out here. But it is 8:30 in the morning. Look how wet those leaves are. Can you guys see that? Look at that one. Yeah, crazy. All right, let's pull an ear. Yep, this is definitely our 112 day. I can tell because it's a white cob. No red in it. But you can see our milk line. We're right at about half. About half. So it's getting there, but it's not done yet. The water's still helping. This is probably the last pass, though, because if you'll look here, we got lots of moisture on the ground here. It's cool. We're not getting as hot as we were. The plants are growing a lot slower. They're not using near as much water as we do in July and in the early parts of August. And so with as much moisture as we've got available to these plants right now, and as slow as things are drying out, even though it's very dry, but now we've got moisture, we're probably got enough water on here to finish this. Those are a pretty nice deep kernel. Got some length to them. That's good. We're not going to have that on most of our corn this year, but the irrigated stuff should show up. Cool. So these end rows are the 114 day, 14B. I pulled in ear as we were walking through those, and holy cow, is that thing massive and heavy. Hear that? There's some mass to this. That's a really nice ear. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. She's only 16 around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, we'll call it. And I didn't count any of these crooked ones on the bottom. But those are huge kernels. Huge kernels. Actually, this is the 112 day. It's a white cob too. Must have switched before I thought it did. Anyway, it's right there in that same spot. Massive kernels. Those are going to add up. That's a beautiful ear of corn. I went up to the John Deere dealer over the weekend on Saturday and got some of the parts for our disc ripper, and some other parts for our disc ripper came in the UPS the other day. One of the things we got, you hear that, is those new closing discs, and let me show you how worn some of these ones were. Here's what we took off. There's the new one. Yeah, I would say that one was shot. That's like 2 inches all the way around. Yeah, it was time. It was time to replace those. It's one of those things. They're on the back. They're the leveling discs. They're not actually doing much tillage. They're just trying to make it leveler, and you think, yeah, they're fine. But yeah, that's a problem. So I got all new discs. I did get new bolts. They're coming in the mail today. It says they're going to get delivered today, so that's good. And then our FedEx guy probably wasn't very happy with me there on Friday, because he brought me all of these boxes from Shoop, and these boxes have ripper points in them. They're heavy, so we got a new full set of these 360 bullet points. One of those boxes has got some of the shins in it, or at least one, maybe two of them. There might be some other stuff, so we're gonna have to open those up anyway. But Brock's coming later today, so I'm planning on having him work on that. We have also got our fertilizer delivery coming today. So the potash that I ordered a long time ago is supposed to show up today. Got 100 tons coming, and we're gonna fill up our fertilizer barn. That, you know, that's what we bought it for. So we got to get that stuff cleaned out back there. Dad's doing some mowing with the 7520 right now, I assume, because we're going to need to unhook the mower to use that loader to push the pile into the barn. So, yeah. And my plan is to get the combine out today and get that concave put into it and be ready for harvest. There's a chance that by the end of the week we're looking at some soybeans. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we're going to be ready for it. Oh yeah, a tree update. If you watched the last video on the tree we pulled down, we'll talk about it some more later. We'll go back there, but my understanding is it's gone. It's all just gone. So we're gonna see. I've got somebody coming down here to the seed warehouse in about 10 minutes to talk to, so I'm gonna hang out here and do that. I did want to show you. You remember last week we did some spraying, some wheat stubble to kill off our weeds? It worked. So this field right here between the farm and my place, I sprayed this one with the drone, right? Because we had the tile lines, and the weeds are dying. Now this outside edge didn't die because this was the spot that we kind of ran out and didn't actually spray. But if you look out here, all this foxtail, the buttonweed, all this stuff is dying. What was very interesting to me was that the field over there behind the new barn and stuff, and you know where Dad was working, I sprayed that with the big sprayer. Same day. This field was dying, and you could see it pretty drastically about a day and a half earlier. The chemical was more effective coming out of the drone than it was out of the big sprayer. It just worked better. Rates were the same. Everything was the same except for the application method and volume, right? So the rate per acre of chemical was the same, but we only used 2.5 gallons of carrier versus 13 on that other stuff. Concentrated droplets made the weeds die faster. It was really interesting to me. Coverage seems to be okay. We'll give it a few more days and see how much this stuff actually dies. But I don't see any bright green strips other than this one right here along the edge that just didn't get sprayed. So, yeah, that was interesting. I was coming out here to clean up our fertilizer barn, get everything out of the way for when they bring the potash later today, but looks like Dad already did. So, well, that's good. Man, that wall looks so good. That is awesome. It is awesome. We had that bunk of 2x4s and stuff out here. Dad's got it all done. Floor cleaned up really nice. We just got to move the man lift. Just slide it out of the way. Okay. Well, I guess I don't need to work out here. All right, that's good. Maybe I should just get the combine out. Start working on that. All right, we are going to back the combine out. Move the 40-20. tractor. I think the grain cart tractor is okay. We got a concave to change, and I need to get the leaf blower and blow the thing off for wheat harvest. We never did that, so it's been inside, so everything's dry. It should blow off pretty easily. Oh, here's the log. I think this is it. Yeah. Right? I think so. I think this is the tree that Dad we pulled down the other day. These two are the big logs from the bottom. That one was from up higher in the trunk. Nice straight logs. Those are gonna make some beautiful boards. Red oak. Got a bunch of other logs here. He's got a bunch of other logs over there. He's got a bunch more over there and over there. He's got a pile. I'm gonna have to get that sawmill to work. All right, chances the combine starts. Reasonable. I think it's more than 50-50. Oh yeah. We got power. Yep. Okay, let's take this out into the field. We're gonna wait for our displays to boot up. I want to open the grain tank covers and start everything up. I put the chopper down and engaged it. We windrowed all the wheat straw, and so the chopper gets a bunch of stuff in it, and by putting it down and engaging it, and then we turn it on, it'll blow a lot of stuff out the back. Watch in the mirror. Oh, there it goes. Dust is blowing that way. Well, there's no real wind today, which means we're going to be standing in a dust cloud doing this, but it's okay. We got a bunch of stuff out of there. We got to blow this off. We're not going to de-shield everything, take all the shields off. We're just going to get the leaf blower and blow off as much as we can. And then we'll pull her around in the shop or somewhere where we can work on a little easier to change that concave. I want to hit all the 50 or 200, I don't know what they are. 50-hour grease zerks at least need to be done. The 400s are kind of once a years, but there are some 50-hour ones that need to be hit. So we'll do that and should be ready to go for bean harvest. Look, he's just in time. Here you go.
Oh, you guys are combine. I'm believing.
I won't make Brock do this. I can handle it. We'll let him get the disc ripper out. There's a few things he can do on that, and we're waiting on some bolts to come. They're coming in the mail today, post office, which is usually early afternoon, so be here in a little bit, but this won't take me super long, and then we'll get the concave changed here this morning, hopefully. We aren't going for perfect here because it's just going to get dirty again in a few days, but it is nice to clean it up as best we can between the crops. All right, well, it's a lot cleaner than it was. Like I said, we're not trying to go for perfect here. But, I don't know. Good enough? Might be good enough. How'd I do on my battery? Oh, we still got half a battery. That's a lot. I should have grabbed a smaller one. Brock doesn't remember which way the blades go.
The other ones were flat because there was some more. There was
no dish to them. Can't hear you. You're wrong. Yep, that way. So they have a cover that goes on to protect this bearing cover here. These are these hubs that we've had all kinds of problems with. That one's still pretty tight. It's not getting dirt in through here because these covers do a great job. The dirt's coming in through the back here. Hopefully these new blades give them a little more, they don't have to be so deep. and they'll work a little bit better. We're going to pull this up behind the barn to do that concave. It won't take a lot. These are pretty easy to use. We've been running these convex concaves. They're half width. We only change one between wheat and beans and corn, so it's not hard to do. We just got to get in there and do it. Let a little more dust fall off. Okay. We gotta get in back here, so we gotta take this shield off. A couple of plastic ones in behind there. Okay, so we want to change this concave out to this style. So we've got these two bolts and then the bolts through the sides that have got to come out of there, and then we can close the concaves, lift this whole bar up, which should let this one drop down, and the other ones will then fall out of there. And then we slide it out and put the new one in. It shouldn't be that hard. It's probably not going to be that easy. We got to open up the other side of the combine too, though. So, all right. Well, we got all the bolts out on this one. I got the securing thing here out. We'll probably need to go to the other side and pry it down, pivot it on this bar, and then it should pull out of there. But the bolts were outrageously tight, so it really helps to take them out when you get all the bolts out. That's kind of important. Once we figured that out, then they came easy. Anyway, this is our max thresh style that we change one of. There's 3 of these in there for wheat. We leave 2 of them in for corn and beans, and take this one out, put one of the max rounds in. These are more aggressive for better threshing, but there's not a lot of holes and space for the grain to get out of them. The max rounds have a lot more open area, lets the grain fall through, get out of the rotor, so you're not damaging it, getting it down into the cleaning area quicker. So that's why we change them. We gotta go get the other concave. I think we have got our new one in there. It's not new, it's just different, but this is the round bar style, and that second one, see how much more open that is, so that the grain can get out of there and doesn't just keep rolling around grinding it up. And then we get more aggressive threshing, and then open and open in the back here. So Brock's getting the bolts in, getting everything tightened up, and then we're good to go. Put all our shields back on and start combining beans, right? I moved the combine because they're bringing that potash. In fact, they're here with the potash. Figured he might need to be able to get through that driveway there. So while I had a few minutes, I thought, well, we should check and see if there's any software updates. And there was one for the GPS receiver, actually. So I'm letting that work. As soon as it's done, we'll shut everything down here. 7%. That one's gonna take a minute. Just let her go. That is awfully dang impressive, is what that is right there. Backing up a set of doubles. Perfect. Dude, that's a driver. All right, we're gonna get the mower unhooked here because I need this loader to be able to push our potash pile back in the corner. Just don't hit the barn. I got it in there pretty good though. We're gonna push it. I got that unhooked there. Yeah, we knew that we weren't gonna have enough clearance to dump the whole thing inside. He was watching it. A bunch of it out. Yeah, that's most of it. Pull it out and tip her up and get the last little bit, but cool. I need a little bulldozer. Just bulldoze it into the corner here. So when we were designing here, we were debating whether we thought about doing a monoslope to get the height to try and dump it inside. Would have gotten us more than what we got here, but you still weren't gonna have enough to fully dump a truck. That's what we found out. So we're like, let's not do that and worry about it, because then you got this huge opening in the front and just not really what you want. So that's it. Clean everything off. Dump the front trailer. I'll do a little pushing while he unhooks that the back trailer so he can dump the front one. I'll get it pushed in there a little bit. Good enough for now. I'll get out of the way, dump the second one. Can't see in there, can you? Thank goodness we don't have a lip here where our concrete pads meet. That's scraped across just real smooth. There was a little dirt in the bucket apparently. Just lights, yeah, no big deal. Pushing the second pile up here. We get into this and spin all 4 tires. There we go. So this is half of the potash that we're getting for now. We may need to end up with another half load, or a 25-ton load. This is 50-ton. We are just far enough still into Michigan, meaning still into Michigan, that they can bring doubles here and run heavy. If we were in the Ohio side, or they were coming from, well, they are coming from Ohio, but they're allowed to get from where they're loading up into Michigan and then to here, pulling the doubles. And so we get big loads. Well, there, that worked. Cool. I'm gonna sweep up a little bit. Mostly the stuff outside, I don't want it to be out there in case it rains. It doesn't rain, but just in case it rains. Did get on the boards a little up there. That's okay, that's what they're there for. Easily got room for another one, probably 2 more, or we could put 300 ton in here if we wanted to, but we don't need that much. We won't use that much this fall. So this is potash. Potash is 0060. It's 60% phosphate. Potassium, not phosphate, sorry. Potash, it's 60% potassium. It is our potassium fertilizer. And we use more of this in a dry form than anything else, unless lime or gypsum or something, but more of this than like the MAP or other granular fertilizers. But we replaced a lot of what we do of this with the chicken litter. Now the chicken litter doesn't have enough potassium in it to replace all of the potash that we would put on, so we're spreading a light rate of this on corn stalks the year following a chicken litter application, which is why we need more of this than anything else. There's enough phosphorus in the chicken litter for 2 years of crops, so we don't put any MAP on or any phosphate fertilizer. So anyway, that's what we're doing. Sweep this up a little bit. I'm sure our software update is done over there, so I can go shut the combine down. Goodness gracious, it's not done. 90%. Okay. Guess we'll let her keep going. Phil's using the air compressor to clean out on the pit and the grain system out there, so it runs non-stop, which is annoying, but it's all right. We're putting some GPS stuff back on the gator here. I want to do some mapping, some boundary mapping. Now's a great time to do these wheat fields, so getting stuff ready to do that. We got our Starfire 7000 with SFRTK put up there, getting a G5 display. Brock's finding all the right brackets and everything to make that happen, and we can get some of these wheat fields mapped, which will be a good thing to do. Okay, we've got GPS set up. Look at this. I've even got a MTG down there, so we have wireless data sync. Got service. Oh, that's cool. That will send my maps straight to the cloud. So anyway, Brock had a bunch of empty boxes of paper. We're gonna haul back to the woods, go check out the tree site, show you what's going on with that, and then we're gonna start with mapping right here. Well, I don't know about that one because I don't know if we can get along that edge very good. But we can do this one. Dad got our stump pushed out over here. That's the one from the big tree that he pulled down. He pushed them over here into the corner of our woods so that they weren't, we're trying to get everything off of our side down here where he's working. He just came down this little lane. So we'll run down there. So there's the corner post. We're trying to take everything on our side out. Go down there where that other tree stumps there he's digging out. I'm guessing that tree is still on our side, maybe the one next to it. Peeling everything back. I mean, the old edge of the field is out there, so we're gaining like 30 feet here and making the ground 30 feet out into the field farther much more productive, which is good. Yeah, I'll show you this end down here in a second, but oh, he got the hole all pushed shut. Right there's where it was. Yeah, it's all gone. He got it all cleaned up and burned up, pushed together, whatever, it's gone. I had a bunch of comments on that video pulling that down about, you know, they make chainsaws. Yes, they do make chainsaws. We have them. We have several of them. The problem with chainsaws is once you cut the trunk off of that stump, you have no leverage. No way to get that stump out of the hole. We don't have big enough excavator, bulldozer, whatever equipment to pull that stump out of that hole. By pulling the tree down with it still attached, it tipped it over, and then we can scrape all the dirt off of the bottom of the stump and the root ball and use the trunk as leverage to kind of lift it up out of the hole and then roll it out of the way. So that's what we did. So anyway, see this post? This is the corner post. And there's a survey stake right there. So that post is on our side, just barely, but it's right there in the corner. And basically we were trying to get so we can, maybe not see, but make a straight edge with no trees on our side to that one down there where Dad's working. Clearly that tree there has to come out. And then, yeah, so from here it runs that way. That standpipe is on our side by a lot more than I would have thought, but yeah, up to there, and then that's our farm. That's what we get to farm. So this is where the old edge of the trees was, right? Like we gained all of that from basically from here that way. And so we're just peeling everything back. It's on our side. We're allowed to do it. And, you know, the trees are in the way. We're going to try and do a boundary here. I got my little guide chain on there so I know where it's recording. And we're waiting for our accuracy to come up. We got to be above 80%, I think, in order for it to map accurately. So anyway, we're going to hit boundary, create a driven boundary. Okay. Machine GPS is 3.667 feet. That's where that chain is. Yeah, we're just waiting for this number to come up here. Alright, well, our accuracy level is up. We're going around the outside of this field trying to make an accurate boundary. I know you can't see that because of the dust, but that's okay. I am trying, I don't need to, but I am trying to make these all autonomy ready, high accuracy boundaries. And the reason for that is because while I may not be running autonomous equipment anytime soon, I do want to be running equipment that is using the auto path boundaries and boundary tracks and some of that stuff, that I need my boundaries to be extremely accurate for that. It's super nice when you can pull into a field and have all your guidance lines just there, already laid out, done, and you don't have to make them, you don't have to worry about shifting them into the right spot. They just are in the right spot. And in order to do that, we need accurate boundaries. When I had made these boundaries initially, or really any time over the last 15 years, I always made them a little bit bigger than they needed to be and pushed them out so that they didn't cause any issues with being too small. Well, that's fine until you want to start using boundary tracks or auto path boundaries and they're not really in the right spot, and then your equipment is too far outside of the lines. So we're trying to redo them, put them where we want them. As long as my line stays blue, it is an autonomy capable boundary. That accuracy number at the bottom has to stay above 80%. Right now we're at 100%. So, and we're running SFRTK, so it's recording this to within an inch of where we want it to be, or it will stay within an inch of where we're marking it now is a better way to say that, where it won't move. Okay, I made it back to the start. our line turned blue, filled in the gap. Hit save. Autonomy quality, cool. Okay, and there it is. There's the new field shape, which is almost identical to the old field shape, but some of the boundaries may be a foot or two different. That's what we need though. Okay, there's that one. There's one down the road we could go do. Let's see. I'm gonna go figure out what my boys are doing. They appear to be playing in some water. They filled up that little green tank there with water earlier today. And I asked them what they were gonna do with it, and they decided to drain it. Okay. Brock's greasing the combine for us. We all done? Good work.
It's all fun and games until somebody either has to grease a combine or clean a combine.
I cleaned it. You wanted to clean it instead? That's what I thought. Okay. The worst ones are the ones behind the tires. Did you get those?
I did. Those, and we get to crawl up.
Oh yeah, the one crawling inside the engine up there. That one's no fun either, bud. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go map another field.
I'm gonna see if my bolts are here.
Okay. I doubt it too, but they should be here any minute.
I would hope so.
It's almost 3 o'clock. The post office, or the mailman hasn't been here yet. All right. Well, bummer. I did the next field here, and there was a spot along the trees back over there where my accuracy dropped, and it didn't like it. I thought it was still okay, but I saw it drop, and I stopped real quick, and I let it come back up, and I thought it was okay, but it was not. So this one is not autonomy ready, but that's okay. Like I said, I'm not actually using it for autonomy anyway, so it really doesn't matter. So we're not going to worry about redoing it now. If we ever do buy a fully autonomous tractor, I'll have to redo this one again. However, there is an interior boundary in this field that we need to go and map. There's kind of a big wet hole or an open tile ditch. It's a ditch. Spot that we farm around that we need to map. Over there where those little trees are. Alright. So there you can see our interior boundary goes around that spot. So in total we've got 46.24 acres in this field. Workable. That's the exterior boundary minus the interior boundary. Alright, well I came back to the farm with the gator, and I saw the mailman here, so I thought, hey, maybe my bolts were here for those. Bolts didn't come today. Said they were coming today, they didn't. But we did get my lights. So I talked about this the other day. I wanted to put some lights on the back here, some work lights, so that you can see, because it's so far away from the tractor. And so I've got a couple of these super bright lights that have, yeah, they look really cool. They got some side stuff to them, and so we're gonna figure out how to mount these. Where's the best place and what's the best way? Brayson's running go-kart around. We got it fixed. Brock was bored. Look, it works. We were testing a theory here whether what we need to do for a ground. I've got it all spliced in. If I just ground to the frame, the light works. So we're still working on a mounting option. I think we're gonna get a magnet. What? What's he laughing at? He's screwing with me, turning them on and off. Anyway, so that is good. So yeah, I gotta decide whether we want to tap into the actual ground wires or just drill a ground into a plate somewhere and ground it that way. I think that's what we're gonna do, because it's the simplest and easiest thing. Okay, well our bolts didn't come today, but Brock just kind of hung all of these on there loosely with a couple of bolts, the old ones. We'll take them back out, but at least they're hanging up there. We're finishing up our electrical work. This light here, the wires had gotten ripped out. So I got them spliced back together here. We'll get it shoved back in the loom and some zip ties on there. And I got those two lights wired up. They should work. We're waiting on some magnetic mounts I got to pull them up there, and that should work good. So our potash is here, second load, so I'm gonna go out and deal with that. It's gonna be a pile here. My kids learned very quickly that potash hurts when you get it in a cut. They thought that would look like fun to climb on. It's not. It's a salt, potassium chloride. Well, we're getting the potash trucks dumped, building our mountain here, and the chicken litter guys just pulled in. They're big surprise. Should use their payloader for piling this. better. But I don't know if I hope they're not going to start tonight. I'm not ready for them to start tonight, but we can go tomorrow. Well, I guess the litter guys are going to get started tonight. That means we got to have our disc ripper ready to go in the morning. All right, it's fine. We're good. I got our potash piled up. We got quite a pile here. Looks good. I'm gonna shovel some of that stuff along the wall and just clean up the pile a little bit. We'll sweep up outside. Not that it's gonna rain tonight, but you know, it's fine. It's a pretty good sized pile. I guess I could have pushed her back a little farther. I think I was trying to keep it off the wood at start first and then decided, yeah, it doesn't matter. So if we wanted to have 2 bays in here, you know, we could get some concrete block, those big concrete blocks, and set a row in here to divide this, and we could put another one in there and try and make some bins. But if we did that, if we had a row of blocks right where that post is here, even if you went too high, it would fill it right out to the door. She'd be full. We wouldn't be able to get any more than that in there. So I don't know if we want to do that, but I am going to need a blended fertilizer for some for our wheat starter, so we can put that in over here. I'm going to need some MAP for some fields, but I don't need very much of that. Like I may only need 1 semi-load of that. I also am thinking about getting some gypsum in, so yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We might end up with some concrete blocks for dividers at some point just to keep things a little bit separate. But hey! Are you sweeping my pad of potash into the stones? Oh gosh.
There's a lot of stones in it. I don't want it to get...
Stones will go through a spreader just fine. Yeah, just don't stand behind it. Well, don't stand behind it. All right, cool. Well, that's good. That was the job. Yeah, they're spreading out there. All right. Tomorrow's going to be a busy day. I didn't get this field mapped before they started spreading. Dang it, should have done this one first. Oh well. We're going to try and get it done now. I don't know how much they're going to spread tonight. They might try and do the whole thing. Who knows? Who knows? Ugh, it smells terrible. You see it laying there? All the little dark spots. Got a real nice tractor too. It's an 8R410 on LSWs. Waiting on my GPS to, oh yeah, you're spreading it way across my lane there, bud. What are you doing? Apparently he's empty. Okay, now's my chance. Time to go. I'm gonna wait here for him. I'm sure he's already spread this, so. Yeah, we're just gonna stay out of the way. I do not want to get pelted with chicken litter. This one is for sure not an autonomy ready boundary because that edge of that woods is not even close to finished, so I just had to kind of pause it and drive to the end and draw a line, and we'll go from there. So we'll redo this one sometime in the future, but at least it'll be better than what I had. I'm trying to do the wheat stubble now before we work them, because once we chisel it, then it's rough and it's harder to drive around the outside. Right now they're easy, and you can pretty easily see where the edge of the field is. So you know, if we got to do them again in the future, fine, but at least right now it's smooth. There he goes. Okay. I don't know what their spread pattern is, but it throws it pretty good. Well, I think they're quitting there. They both run up. Guy with fuel trailer came, so they got 2 loads spread. Didn't get the whole field done. I got this field boundary mapped. 53.22 acres out here. I have to compare it to what we had before. We've always called this 55, so that's why it's important to have accurate boundaries. Dad's still digging stumps out here. He keeps digging stuff out, pushing it on the burn pile. keeping it burn up pretty good, actually. Get it? Maybe? Probably not. Oh, it'll go. There you go. It's so dry. So dry. There's no moisture in there at all. Ugh. Tear out some roots. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to talk to him in a minute when he's done here, and then maybe I should go do another field. Well, it is 6 o'clock. I do have 4 more fields that we can map, but two of them are those little 1.5 acre fields that we sprayed last week. There's 3 fields there. It won't take long to do them, is what I'm saying. So I'm not going to worry about them tonight. I think I'm going to try and back the combine back in the barn, or drive it in, get that put away, and we're going to have a good big day tomorrow. We've got, let's see, we've got ripping to do. We're going to get this field out here done after they get the litter spread. And hopefully our bolts come before 3 o'clock tomorrow. We'll put some temporary ones in if we have to. Just make them work. I would like to get the fertilizer spreader hooked up, because then I can spread the potash on this field out south of our barn here and potentially get some other stuff lined up and spread. I've got a wagon load of wheat to treat for somebody. I've got some spraying that needs to be done with the drone. They should finish tiling tomorrow, so that's probably not going to happen tomorrow. That's probably a Wednesday or Thursday project, but that needs to happen. And what else? I don't know. Oh, I was going to have Brock. Well, I was going to have him get the spreader hooked up. Yeah, we've got a lot going on, a lot to do. This is going to be a very busy week. Oh, there's a Golden Harvest meeting down by Fort Wayne I'm supposed to go to. It's not going to happen. I just don't have time, so we're not going to make it there tomorrow. Get this wagon load of wheat that was dropped off. This is a really nice wagon. Gotta try and get it turned around though. Why is it so dark? Come on. I think we'll make it. Alright, we got it in place. I'm not treating it tonight. I was just getting it in place there. This wagon's got a divider in it. We got a front and a back hopper, 2 separate doors, so that's kind of nice. He said he thought there was about 300 bushels total in there, which is fine. We can do that, no problem. It's nice that it's 2 separate hoppers, because I can do one side, empty all the boxes, and then do the other side, and I should have enough boxes. Otherwise, I would have had to probably get some more, because that's a pretty good sized wagon. But anyway, thanks for watching today, guys. Have a great night. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Appreciate that. And we'll see you tomorrow. Like I said, busy day. Oh, man, it's going to be a busy week. And then harvest is here. Really, really soon. We're gonna, at some point we'll get a chance, we'll drive around and go check out some of our beans, because I would not be surprised if we're combining beans this weekend. Might be the first of next week. We might be a full week out yet, but it isn't very far. So anyway, have a good one, guys. See ya.